jumping in. Let's make sure that everything's good on this side. We got a special guest today. Make sure that we're actually live. Some technical issues today. So, and of course, lots of this is incredible. All right. Let's start there. And let's reload this. All right. All right, there we go. I think we're good. I think we're finally live. I think I've finally figured out what the issue was on my side. Thank you guys for joining this one. All right. So I had so many technical issues. This is gonna be fun. I'm just I'm just glad that we're finally through the issues. All right, so guys, look, NFT shorts, of course, guys, look, welcome. It's the home of NFTs and cryptos as usual. We're always talking about blockchain freedom. There's some channels out here that we've been watching lately that are encouraging us and kind of giving us some belief in a potential bull market, right? And it's not necessarily to say that we're in a full-on bull market. No, what we're saying is that the market has rallied in a way, and what we're saying is also that market structure has apparently changed. So I'm not one to tell you guys, hey, look, take out your money, or sorry, grab your your bank card, start transferring funds, go all in. I absolutely don't think that is the way. No, I don't think it's the way at all. But I do think right now is going to provide a lot of interesting opportunities for a lot of us to go in on on some cryptos and essentially, multiply our money several times in in a bear market. And if this is truly a bear market as we believe, then this is a bear market rally. But if we look at some statistics, just kind of overall market sentiment, we'll notice that the trend has reversed in a sense. The trend has changed. It's no longer this deep, dark bear market where yes, maybe we're going back. Yes, maybe we're right around the corner, but I think we have. Well, I mean, based on flipping over to this side, apparently we have flipped bullish, bearish again. So we'll see about that, right? That's for traders. We may have flipped bearish again, but this is just statistics. These are just statistics. No telling that this is exactly what is going to happen and what is. But we can definitely look at certain charts and see that we have kind of returned to levels which were like pre FTX levels, kind of, not entirely, and I'm saying kind of because we are almost, potentially almost there, right? For some altcoins, whereas some of them have actually completely gone over, and they're now, running. Looking at GMX, for example. GMX is a great example. But what I want to do today is I want to actually bring on a guest, and we'll do that in a bit. We've got Matrix the Sun, or known as MTS. Matrix the Sun, MTS. He joined the Telegram group, some months ago, as far as I recall. And ever since then, he's been really dropping a lot of alpha, different gems, good research. He seems to be highly into tokenomics, so he's got his own channel. I'll probably post the link there. If I don't post it now, I'll edit the video and add it to the video description, or perhaps somebody will post it directly in the chat. So it's a very interesting day we got here. A couple of quick items. I'm going to switch my camera. Not exactly switch my camera, but I'm going to switch the orientation of my camera for this moment here. Right? But I definitely want to get into some things because today the whole title of the stream, the idea of the stream today is to look for low market cap altcoins, for any type of next wave. Some of us got in, whether it be Aptos. I mean, I was into Aptos. A lot of us may have been into Aptos when it was, $4, $5, $6. I didn't talk too much about Aptos because I wasn't a huge believer in it. Not that I particularly doubted it in any way. No, not necessarily. I just I just feel like there's a lot more out there, a lot of other cryptos out there that are potentially safer. There is no real safe. There is no real safe out there, but we do our best with our investments. We do our best with our research to find things that make sense for us, right? But as you can see, we're still in Bitcoin season, more or less, right? Heavier Bitcoin season, which is completely fine. Which, if Bitcoin is trading sideways, then once that is almost like a pump. It's almost like a pump for me to say that Bitcoin is trading sideways. It's giving Ethereum some room to move. I'm just looking at quickly at an Ethereum daily chart, and these are just a few levels I'm watching on this particular chart. And you can kind of see, it's bouncing off support right there. The trend is it's going down. At some point in time, it's definitely going down. I- Unfortunately, I'm not one of the people who believes that we should just kind of stay out of the market completely. No, no, no. Personally, no. I think maybe we're just a little too degen for that. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody out there, if you're feeling as as degenerate as I am some days, then join. Guys, like I said, if you join the Telegram group, definitely the links are in the description somewhere. The links are right up in on the main NFT Shorts page, YouTube channel. But one of the things I like a lot right now is researching stuff. Even though a lot of people say, there's no point researching it now. Some of the top cryptos aren't even available right now. They're not out. They haven't come out. They're going to come out, and it's like, yeah, like you might be right. But at the same time, when I look at other things, I look at the crypto bubbles over the weekly of the past week or the past month, and we see green. We look at green and we see 192%. We see 300%. We see 300%. It's like, yeah, sure, I could stay on the sidelines. I could. Or I could, do some research, look at some charts, you know, put a little on the line. So the market has changed a bit. The structure has changed. Perhaps today's bearish. Perhaps the next week or two will be bearish. Maybe it's just bearish, and I'm just completely misunderstood. But I will tell you, a lot of us, myself included, had some pretty fun rides. And if we were on the sideline reluctant, then honestly we wouldn't be in it. I put out a tweet not too long ago, and I can't see it. I can't find it now. It's somewhere there. But essentially, it says something to the effect of the market structure has changed, and what would you do essentially if you were in the middle of a bull market and the market structure changed? You probably run with your money. Well, some people are not doing the opposite in this case, where the market structure has changed. They're still standing on the sidelines, which is completely fine. I'm not going to push anybody to dive in, but I'm definitely watching ETH on the daily, watching on the weekly, just to see how things go. And this is helping me to decide some of these altcoins that I might consider jumping into, right? So um, I want to bring on our special guest today in a minute, but I want to tell you a couple of quick things that I've been looking at. So a member of the NFT Shorts community actually jumped in and was sharing his thoughts on one of these NFT plays, Polygon NFTs, one of these low cap gems. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, two or even three people in the chat were talking about this sometime last year, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and even beyond potentially. And I'm not going to get into it just yet. I will show in a moment, but this particular project has been building constantly, and it is one of the super micro cap gems that could potentially do a 1000x. I don't want to put too much on it because it's a DCA type of play, where if you put in one ETH or one BNB, or I guess in this case it's Polygon, but if you put in a few $100s worth at one time, you will move the needle. So this is definitely a short-term accumulation play that we've been kind of exercising for the past few months here and there, and I mean maybe in this case a few past few weeks since the token relaunch. But we'll get into that in a moment. I definitely want to take a look here. Guys, there are so many opportunities out there today. This is one of my favorite websites, as a matter of fact, guys. I'm trying to show you just a little bit of information here. One of my favorite websites to go to because there's a lot of great education here. Let's close that window. There's a lot of great information here. So if you were to go on any particular crypto, and you want to dive into some of the analytics, you want to look at some of the analysis of, you see it right here. So I use this website all the time. I put it on a lot of my videos. This is great information, especially for newcomers and anybody, for people who are new, for people who want to dive in and do research. This is just a quick review, overview of for example, in this case, Ethereum, right? So there's a lot to learn from this particular page. I know a lot of us like to use the popular ones, these aggregators like CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, and some others, but I also choose to use CoinPix. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I just think the product is good, and there's a lot of work that they're still doing to perfect the product, but it's something that I use, and I think a lot of you may want to consider using it too. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to make sure that my guest is available to chat on the other side. In the meantime, guys, check me out on Twitter. Give me a follow, give me a like or subscribe. All of that type of stuff. Let's get into it. Guys, the bear market wave is here. Surf that wave. Exercise risk management, but at the same time, don't get caught. Don't get left out. I mean, to my opinion, there's no point sitting on the sidelines. At I don't want to tell you guys what to do, right? I can't really give you any advice on life or finances or anything for that matter. Just I wouldn't want to miss out on 400% pumps, 300% pumps, looking at GMX, looking at Aptos. Solana's moving up again. Even Solana, guys, look, all the funny stuff about Solana aside, I really truly wonder if, the gentlemen and the people behind FTX were trying to destroy the view of centralized exchanges to push us to things like Woo Network or Gains, network or GMX, for example. Did they do this on purpose? I don't know if they really did on purpose, but you know what? I'm going to be more positive about it and just say, hey, look, guys, you guys did this on purpose. Thank you so much for pushing us all towards decentralized exchanges. The crypto space is much better for it and much smarter for it now. So let me switch over to the side and let me make sure that we got MTS. Are you on there? Are you over there? Are you there? MTS.
Hey man, yeah,
All right.
I'm
Okay,
still on.
cool. So let's do this, man. How's it going? Welcome to the show and thank you for joining the NFT Shorts community. Much appreciated.
Yeah, man, thanks for inviting me. Yeah, so I guess I'll just say a bit of my thoughts on the overall market as a whole. So like yeah, what you've been saying. So the market has been going up on a nice uptrend for now, and almost back to pre-FTX levels or like around the same. And then I guess like from my opinion, I think this truly proves the echo bubble thesis that some of the big CTF counts have been talking about. And we've been seeing the narrative for the market slowly changing, especially with this week's federal meeting, the FOMC. So apparently now, like people are actually okay with rate hikes because they feel that if the Feds are still confident to hike rates, it will mean that the economy is still healthy, right? And then, whereas a pivot would actually mean that the system is breaking, and a pivot will actually be bearish at this point in time. So actually now, yeah, it's quite stupid, but then we could actually see that rate hikes is becoming something that's bullish. And then for crypto specific wise, so just now that factor will be more like macro wise, right? For crypto specific wise, we actually do have huge catalysts coming up, mainly Ethereum Shanghai upgrade. So actually, Shanghai is basically just Ethereum stickers being able to unlock, and basically they'll be able to unstake their Ethereum if needed. So this is actually a good thing because a lot of people will think that, oh, if I'm gonna unstake the Ethereum, I will just like dump it immediately, right? And then that's very bearish. But if you think about it, is not really a bad thing, right? Because yes, if you think about it, people who locked up Ethereum, they've been doing it. If I remember correctly, it was around start of 2021. You were early 2021. You could actually lock up your Ethereum. So like most people who stake Ethereum, I believe, are actually long-term holders, long-term believers. So I do not see like the reason why they will actually sell the Ethereum like right after they are able to unlock it. In fact, they should be more bullish because if the Shanghai upgrade goes well, then it shows that wow, Ethereum is actually, everything is going right with together the merge and stuff. So it shows that yeah, like Ethereum is going along the right track. And then this brings me to the next point, which is liquid staking derivatives. So
Yes, I was
one of
hoping
the
that this would come up.
coins,
Continue. Nice.
yeah, man. So one of the coins that I was very into recently would be Flex Finance. And why I say so is because so when Shanghai upgrade allows people to unstake the Ethereum, right, it is actually a good thing for liquid staking derivatives, or LSDs for short, because it will actually mean that these LSDs are actually worth something now. So for now, they are just speculating the LSDs are pegged to Ethereum, right? Because everybody assumes that Shanghai upgrade will go smoothly, but this will be fully confirmed when Shanghai upgrade actually passes on sometime in March. So this will give actual real value to the LSDs, like for example, FXS ETH, so that people will now be able to know, I mean, by the March upgrade, they'll be able to be exchanging the FXS ETH 1-to-1 to ETH, because now that unlocks are ready, there's no more speculation that's needed. It is confirmed that this FXS ETH is actually equals to 1 Ethereum, or Lido ETH, or the other variants out there.
Right.
So yeah, I think FXS, what's really nice about them is the fact that they offer two liquid staking derivative yield strategies. So on Lido and Rocket Pool, which are the most popular LSD protocols. So on there, all you can do is just liquid stake your Ethereum. But then for Frax, because they own so much convex, they have a stronghold over the curve governance powers. So they can actually direct all emissions towards the liquidity pool of FXS ETH together with Ethereum to maintain the peg really well on Curve Finance.
Right.
And then so FXS ETH holders essentially can either liquid stake their FXS ETH, or they can deposit it into the Curve liquidity pool to
Right.
earn trading fees.
So looking,
So
looking at this
yeah,
chart right now, we got the Rocket Pool chart, okay? For the year to date, Rocket Pool was on January 1st, $19. Today it's $41. It's just a number, right? It's just numbers. It's just numbers. It's just numbers. And it's just percentages. But look, this is what I'm saying. If you were out of the market at this time, back in November, this was $13. Then Rocket Pool went up to $15. Then Rocket Pool went up to $19. And again, like I said, today Rocket Pool is $41. My thought on why people are out of the market is because they're scared, which is understandable. It's I mean, it's your money. You should protect yourself, right? You should act real fast to protect your money. Absolutely. But to me, when there's a trend, typically the trend will continue for some time. And also the trend, as they say, the trend is your friend, right? So if you're not going with the trend, then you are, well, you're going against the trend. You're not befriending the trend. You're not complying with what the market is telling you is going on. So I think it's okay. People can do as they wish. I think exercising a little bit of risk at this point in time, putting a little bit of risk out there, you might be rewarded. I wouldn't recommend putting all of your portfolio in. Don't even put 5, put 1%. It's up to you. But right now, I'm sure you can agree, MTS, that now there's an opportunity to flip some altcoins. As long as Bitcoin continues to move even sideways, and as long as Ethereum has some room in the range between, let's just say, like the roughly 18,000, 16,000 range, if Ethereum is moving up and down in that range for the next couple of months, I don't know, man. I think altcoins are just going to tear. So you had a couple of interesting things that you wanted to talk about today. I'm very interested to talk about these and to really go over them. We don't have to dive into the full depths of them, but perhaps you can, you know, give a little idea. So where do you want to begin? You let me know. You want to start with Kujira? Because that's one that we've been talking about quite a bit in the chat group right there. So Kujira is a longer term play in your eyes. Do you have any thoughts on that?
yeah,
Because
Kujira is definitely a
because I got your
very
thread. I'm pulling up your
long-term
thread
play,
right
I
now
think.
for people to see if they want to check you out on Twitter. Definitely check him out on Twitter and check out his Matrix the Sun. Check him out on YouTube as well. But yeah, go on. Let's talk about what you were getting into with this Twitter feed and your thoughts on. um in this case, I'm looking at what UniDex finance. What are your thoughts on that? Or maybe no, sorry, I'm on the wrong window. Sorry, Kuji. Sorry, I'm on the wrong window. So, do you have any thoughts on that? I do see that you have something on your Medium page as well.
Yep. So for me, Kujira is a very long-term hold actually, not just for this current uptrend, but for the next cycle as well. I believe that it is actually primed to perform very well, specifically in the next cycle and actually not in this cycle.
Can
So
you
why I
explain
say that,
why, if you don't mind, real quickly, why do you feel that it's a longer term hold, and why do you feel so much conviction behind this one?
yeah, sure. So why I feel that you actually won't be performing that well compared to the other alts that I might mention later on in this video is because what Kujira does is it is a DeFi centric layer one on Cosmos chain. And then what it's trying to do is to onboard the masses onto DeFi. So something quite like what Luna tried to do before they all went down. So in order for them to do this, right, they are trying to build as many products as they can. And more importantly, the products have to be very user friendly in order to onboard the normies and not just the crypto natives onto the chain. And which is why I feel that they will need a lot of time to be developing, which is actually good for them now since it's still considered to be a bear market. And that they will be currently, I think now they're focusing more mainly on their wallet, and the wallet is what will really differentiate them between other chains and other DeFi protocols, because they are trying to build Kujira chain into the wallet app. So the wallet app will be sort of a all-in-one app where you can do everything and all the DeFi services that's offered on Kujira. So currently Kujira actually has the exchange named Fin. So it's basically a decentralized exchange where you can trade. So it's like a Binance but decentralized version. And then they also have other products such as their liquidation engine named Orca. So what it does is to help you buy off liquidated collateral when yeah
Right.
during a bear market and stuff like that.
I see. Yeah, I definitely noticed their products. I mean, guys, we're getting into the Cosmos ecosystem quite a bit. The past X amount of months. I mean, for me personally, I speak for myself, and there's a lot going on. It's actually very interesting because Kujira is a DeFi app chain, and there are other DeFi app chains in the Cosmos ecosystem. Much like you have, let's say, Sushi Swap or Curve Finance or you know, different swaps, Uniswap and such on Ethereum. You're going to have just as many within the Cosmos ecosystem. The thing that just to me that sounds different or is interesting is the fact that they're each their own, sovereign chain. So I think it's very interesting. We also talked a lot about the Kujiran NFTs, right? So this one, the mint is already done. It took a long time to mint out for those NFT collectors, but some of us in the NFT Shorts Telegram definitely were getting into these. I had to grab a few of these. Holding them, there's just a possibility to earn. Why not? This looks like a lot of fun. So I'm with you. I do hold a little bit of this Kuji. I do stake some as well. I do see your point in it being a longer term play. Tokenomics, you are apparently, from what I can tell, you are really interested in analyzing this type of thing. So, what is it about the Kujira tokenomics that excites you for the future?
Yeah, the main differentiating factor that the Kujira, or rather its token Kuji, has over other tokens is that the token, when you stake it, you get 100% of the revenue driven from the chain itself, or the apps on Kujira chain. So this is why the tokenomics are really good, because it's 100% real yield. There's no inflationary yield. The team isn't printing any tokens to try and bring this inflation. I mean, this taking you up like artificially. So it's all like organic yield. And this is also why I say that this it makes Kujira a longer term play, and why we might not see the full potential of Kujira play out right now, because Kujira, as I said, still are developing their products to try and onboard the masses. So currently, there's not too much traction on Kujira yet. The staking yield is low, and that is why we may not be seeing an outperformance from the Kuji token as of this part of the cycle now.
Right.
I think it will take a bit more time and we'll have to wait until the next cycle at least before we see Kujira really fly off after they start getting more people on board. Yeah.
Got it. Understood. Cool. There's another, you know, by the way, guys, there's a detailed, this Medium article goes in depth. I'm not going to go through all of it. Definitely, guys, recommend you check it out. I haven't read through all of it yet. I'm about 3 or 4 minutes in, so after the stream, sometime I'll go through it myself as well. Now, you also have some words on Arbitrum, something on Arbitrum that has caught your mind or caught your attention. What is that?
Yeah, man. If you scroll down to the Sperax protocol, yeah, then you go down a bit more, yeah, all the way
Okay,
in the
Arbitrum Nitro.
around the middle of the
Okay, Optimus Summer. SP. SPER. There we go. Yeah.
SPER, yeah,
AX. Yeah. Got it. Got
Sperax.
it. Okay, cool. So yeah, what are your
Yeah,
thoughts on
so
Sperax? If I'm hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly, right?
okay, actually, I have no idea how to correctly pronounce it also, so hopefully we are both right.
Right.
Yeah, but Sperax is one of my hosts on Arbitrum as of now. Okay, recently it's done pretty okay. Recently it has bounced up a bit, but price action, yeah, as you can see right now on the charts,
Right.
it was not doing good in the
Look,
last 3 months,
look at
mainly
that. Look at
because
that. Come
one
on.
of
If you're out of the market, sorry, but I mean, how you're out of the market and this is happening. Okay. All right. Continue.
yeah, man. So recently it did quite a strong bounce, but before that, after the FTX collapse, it was doing really badly because I think one of their investors was actually Alameda. So people
Oh
were
gosh.
flooding this project like crazy,
Right.
thinking that Alameda was somehow linked to Sperax because of the investment.
Let me check their
Yeah,
token,
but
see if I can circulating supply. So there's still quite a bit of a ways to go for their token. They're about, 2/5 of the way out, roughly. But continue. Sorry, I just wanted to check their token distribution.
yeah, man, the token distribution not the best yet, but for me this cycle is not it's not going to be very long. So I'm not looking too deeply into the FDV of each token and the full distribution. So mainly what attracted me to this token was that it is trying to build its own stable coin, uh, an Arbitrum native stablecoin basically.
Right.
So for me, stablecoins have great potential because, well,
You
I
are a
think it's quite
rare
obvious
believer
that
of this idea. You know this,
we
right? You
really
and
need
Charles Hoskinson are like the only two people that believe in stablecoins.
okay, okay, yeah, but like I think we know that like the utility of stablecoins in crypto in general is really important. I think people are still hung up on knowing that they could use a coin that's a stable value that doesn't fluctuate, especially when they want to trade against something, right? They want
Right.
to know like the value of it in USD and stuff, which is why stablecoin is always still needed and to really help transaction flow.
Right.
So this makes the addressable market of stablecoins really good. And since Sperax is the one, I think one of the few that's actually doing a stable coin for Arbitrum, it has a lot of potential.
Hmm.
And for me, I'm super bullish on the Arbitrum ecosystem.
I
Like
see.
I think everybody who has been following Arbitrum has seen that Arbitrum is giving birth to like the best what a few of the best projects in the crypto space as of
Yeah.
now. There's GMX, there's Dopex, there's a lot of good stuff coming out with Radiant Capital as well.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
Yep.
I feel that since the ecosystem is really primed for like the maximum growth possible in crypto, I think investing in the stablecoin protocol of Arbitrum, in this case Sperax, would be a really good pick. Yeah.
Got it. Let's talk about this one shot kill. What is this? You
Yeah,
said,
man.
what's the one shot kill? This is the list. What's this? What does it mean?
Yeah, actually doesn't really have to mean anything. Like I was just thinking that, wanted to give this portfolio a really degenerate name. And I thought let I feel this portfolio has really like the power of One Punch Man, if you know
Yeah,
in Saitama. That's why I wanted to name something like One Punch Man. So I just thought of okay, one shot, one kill.
I see. So is the idea
Yeah,
here, you got maybe like 12 or 15, different assets here. Is the idea that you jump into one of these, it's gonna work? No, like one of these could probably
yeah.
carry the rest of the
One I've got
portfolio.
a feeling, man, like one of these is gonna do 100x or more within this echo bubble. Like
I
that's
see.
my gut feeling.
I see. I love it.
Yeah,
I think that's amazing. There was also a thread, and recently you were, speaking about GMX going to zero and GLP going to zero. I mean, it does seem like a lot of things would have to kind of come together to make this one thing happen. So I kind of agree. At the same time, it is possible. It's just highly unlikely, right? Um, let's
yep.
talk about Lightning. You talked about UniDex. Um, you have a thread about it. I won't, go into all of the details, but is there anything you want to say about that? You dropped it essentially Christmas Eve, a nice little gift on Christmas Eve. So, what are your thoughts on UniDex?
Yeah. Could you go back to the CoinGecko portfolio first?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah. So like what you said just now, right? You know, maybe Sam and gang decided to destroy FTX to really push the
To help us,
decentralized
yeah.
narrative. Yeah, maybe, never know, never know. So like,
He could be a martyr
if we
for
look at
us,
this,
in that case.
yeah, man. So if we look at this portfolio, actually, like you will see that I have
7 days to
allocated.
73%.
Yeah, so you have see that I've actually allocated to three dexes in here. So there are UniDex, GMX, and Vela token. And then why I did this is because like I actually really believe in the DEX narrative, especially after the collapse of FTX. So it really showed us that DEX is the way to go for like crypto in the future. Like we can't be relying on sectors all the time, right? Like we don't
Right,
really know when they're gonna collapse. Can they collapse? We don't want to be worrying about having our money locked up. That's the
right.
most important thing. Which
Well,
is why I
according to
feel
this one here, this
yeah.
Vela token, according to CoinGecko, which is not the full chart history, does not have the full chart history, but according to this, just 2 days ago was the all-time low, which again, it's not the case. If I opened up TradingView, what's this Vela? Where's Vela trading? Let's just see. Vela's at
Oh yeah,
Camelot
because
Uniswap. Okay,
they just did a token migration. They had the old token before this,
I
which is
see.
why the data is still very new for this Vela token.
Right. Okay. Let's check another one. You mentioned you spoke about Frax shares. You spoke about UniDex a bit because and I agree. I get your point. One of the things that they're talking about in terms of regulation is that projects have to be significantly pardon me, sufficiently decentralized. I don't necessarily know if that suggests that decentralized exchanges is the way, even though I do believe it's the way. I wouldn't assume that that's what the regulation is pushing us to. No, I don't think so. I think the regulation is pushing us to more control over things that are more decentralized, if that makes any sense. I don't necessarily think they're going to be, GMX is going to the moon. Yeah, maybe, yes, maybe it will, but not because the regulation is forcing every newcomer on the blockchain to use a DEX. I don't really necessarily think so, right? So you touched on quite a bit today. I definitely appreciate your thoughts. I want to say one quick thing before we jump off today. I want to get your thoughts on one crypto. I'm going to talk about this before we say goodbye. Um, Everybody, again, like I said, check out MTS on his Twitter. Check him out on YouTube. Check him out on Instagram. I mean, TikTok. I think you've got a page for everything. Medium. He's definitely part of the community. He's been
Yep.
sharing a lot of
I'm
alpha.
Yeah, you can just search Matrix the Sun on all my socials. Yeah. I
Right,
think my ad
Matrix
is
the
the same
Sun.
for everything.
That's
Yep.
right, Matrix the Sun. Check him out on Twitter. Right. So look, as a matter of fact, Matrix the Sun. We're gonna you and I are gonna reconvene. I'm going to finish up. Thank you so much for joining today. Much appreciated. As usual, every time you jump in the chats and you're going off, giving us some of your thoughts and details, I think it's always great. So very much appreciated right there. Right? Cool. So everybody, I want to get into a couple of quick things. I want us to talk about one or two things before we jump off the stream for today. And the last one, maybe even just one, other than telling you guys to take care of yourselves, be well, do some research, don't be out of the market while this thing is moving. You don't want to feel the FOMO later when we're up in some cases 300, 400%, or even more, looking at, Aptos, looking at GMX, looking at some of the AI plays, and gosh, so many altcoins are up. As long as Bitcoin is moving sideways, and as long as Ethereum has a chance to breathe and kind of move in a bit of a range, and it doesn't go back down to that 13 level, which is, of course, is possible. 11 is possible, 12 is possible, 9 is possible, 800. I mean, we already saw 800, and it got scooped up very well, roughly 900. It got scooped up very, very quickly, right? But we could retouch those levels again as things kind of get to, how do I say, more of an average. If I throw on some of these averages, we can look, and eventually the 15, 13, 1700 is going to become the middle of the road average, right? So just over time, just be patient, guys. Take your time with this stuff. Don't expect miracles overnight. But I want to end with one final word on a super small crypto. I'm actually even reluctant to share this, but I'm going to show it because one of the members from the community has been showing it on his YouTube channel, and he and another, maybe like I said earlier, one or two others have been joining, in the Telegram, the NFT Shorts Telegram, speaking about this, telling me to get the NFTs, telling me to join the ecosystem. And you guys, like, I finally joined. Okay, I finally joined. I don't have everything, but I finally joined, and I'm going to share it with you guys right now. It's super, super, super low cap. I was looking at this some weeks ago, and I drew one simple trend line, and it definitely broke slightly down under my trend line, but it's still moving within a range of what I would kind of anticipate. So this is, I'm not going to say too much about it. It's the Ancient Societies Metaverse play. Do check it out. You could even see, I don't want to dwell on it too much. Like I said, this is so low cap. I don't want people getting wrecked because you
Wait,
can
it's
get
like
wrecked.
is the cap literally like in the thousands?
Yeah, the market cap is so tiny. You don't, the liquidity is, like, you guys, super low. But the
Wow,
reason why
okay.
this is so big, only 82 holders apparently. Guys, the reason why this is so big is because the team is still building. If somebody comes through here and puts one ETH worth of Matic on this, or just one ETH, $1,000, 2,000, you're going to see a 2 or 3 or 4x. I'm just letting you know. So if I were to touch this one, which I am, I would be accumulating bit by bit, and I don't want to touch that too much. I'm going to leave that right there, right? So let's leave that right there, guys. We're riding the bear market wave today, everybody. This is so greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for joining, guys. NFT Shorts, of course. Again, it's the home of NFTs and cryptos. Like the video if you like it. If you caught some wind of some interesting information, subscribe to the channel. Definitely check me out on Twitter, check me out on Instagram, check me out on Patreon. Why not? We've been dropping some gems. A lot of people have been actually getting some pretty good information. I'm not trying to charge people too much. What I'm really trying to do more than anything is really just kind of build a community over there on Patreon and in Discord, because I do have some NFT drops coming. Guys, we're going to get into all of it in the coming streams. Do look out for my face a little more often. Um, and guys, as usual, thank you for checking this one out again. NFT Shorts. We're talking about the home of NFTs and cryptos. Everyone, thank you so much, and take it easy.